There are places where water stands still because it is waiting. When reeds can hide movement, every running step becomes a risk. The Black Reed floodplain was born from water, mud, and roots that refuse to stay still. Here, speed can be held by the mud. At the center of the floodplain, the water holds the sky to hide the depth. When spores meet mud, the floodplain grows thicker. The giants meet a place where weight can turn earth into water. Age knows when water is too quiet to trust. After living light, silence begins to rule.
Aru follows the sound of water that does not seem to flow.
The path does not break, it sinks. At the end of the new river, the valley raises a maze that hides its teeth underwater. Water, roots, and minerals pull the horned herds into the Black Basin. Predators favor places where prey cannot tell where the bank ends. The sky disappears behind the black blades. The entrance looks like the mouth of a sleeping flood.
The water holds images, but hides the mouth below.
The floodplain speaks with the voice of hollow stems and hidden water. Hunters of the reeds know that ears must go before eyes. Here, footprints do not vanish, they drown. Inside, this is not a swamp. It is a network waiting. Aru learns that water must be questioned before it is followed. The beauty of the floodplain is that it makes the eye trust stillness. A living fortress carries the floodplain on its back. Under the reed walls, the small find rooms where water moves slowly. The shadow beneath the valley has found a wider river. The smallest lives see the water warning before they understand it. One giant step can bury the path of the small.
The pool holds every image, but save no one.
Open water brings every body closer than instinct wants. One drop can reveal how deep the thirst has become. Small hunters turn reeds and fog into roads. The floodplain offers a path made from what can drift away. Each step is a question asked of moving roots. Every path above has a hunter beneath it. Fog, mud, and water turn around one another like invisible beasts. Serpenthra does not need to break the surface to claim the channel. Experience knows when still water has become a warning. Even the ambusher yields to a deeper shadow. Outside the black gates, silence becomes strong enough to drive life inward.
Inside the old roots, dry safety hides like memory.
Above the sinking floor, the small find a fragile pause.
Silence reaches the floodplain before the hunter does. The clever hunters disappear before the larger hunger. The floodplain turns one roar into the whisper of many reeds. The hidden water moves beneath every foot. Inside the black floodplain, water finds another hidden road. The small survive through openings the giants never see. Even darkness listens beneath still water. Then the water pours silence into the air. The floodplain moves water through itself like blood.
When water gathers, conflict gathers around silence.
Floating does not mean safe. The small must cross before the path drifts away. When Serpenthra rises, the shadow beneath still water has a body. Two rulers meet where the ground can drown. In the floodplain, sound becomes another ripple in the dark. In the shadow of giants, the wise climb before the water opens. Aru learns not to trust stillness before reading the movement. The black floodplain becomes an island of silence inside a restless valley. A fallen wall becomes the only road.
Once again, sound becomes a path through danger.
For a moment, the smallest lives stop running alone. But the black floodplain still holds one small life in debt. Then the valley sends old strength to the edge of still water.
A short bridge can carry a bloodline beyond the dark water.
Even reed walls must answer to water. Even rulers know when the bank belongs to the water. It is wounded, but it still holds water. There is no complete victory, only those still able to leave before the water moves again.
Aru finds water the stillness has not claimed. From the wound in drowned ground, the smallest life begins again.
Karuk does not come to own the black water. He comes when the valley needs strength. Serpenthra remains, the shadow beneath still water. One day, only mud may remember these steps. The valley changes, and every creature must change with it. In a world of still water, intelligence learns to search for the smallest movement. When true night returns, the floodplain hides its roads again. For the herd, numbers become the first wall against the water. Hunger learns to stand still inside the reed wall.
Even still mud can be breathing.
The old roots hide water above the reach of sinking ground. Aru knows the night is dangerous, but the troop still needs water. The dry shelters call prey, and prey calls hunters. Here, one path can appear as 10. Aru learns that eyes are not enough. The current must be read. When the moon is gone, the floodplain keeps the smallest lights. The black floodplain opens another dangerous vein. Even armor cannot argue with weak mud.
A little clean water can draw a great fear.
Patience is a hunter's quietest tooth. The maze divides more than paths. It divides firm ground from hidden depth. A small fruit can reveal a hidden depth. The wind tries to enter the heart of the black water. Horns cannot stop fog, but the herd can shield its young. Safety lasts only while vigilance remains awake. Even the source of life can withdraw. Even the largest hunter chooses the safer drop. Under every gift of water, a shadow demands respect. The floodplain becomes a dream of fog and water. In the black reeds, even water becomes a rhythm. Survival can be taught if there is still time. Not every sound is meant for the hunter. The day begins with the ground temporarily still. Water, mud, and roots feed a strange new green. Even the sky hunts over water that pretends to sleep. News of water travels by scent, vibration, and the memory of thirst. Not every giant can enter the place that might save it. Each species finds a different way to take its share. The floodplain holds the image of giants it cannot carry. The hunter survives by choosing what it can reach. Aru turns a hollow reed into a question for the water. The floodplain changes faster than memory. Hunters favor the moments when the world loses its edges.
One sound placed well can move danger.
The smallest survive through doors the hunters cannot enter. Inside the danger, the small find rooms of life. The one who leads often drinks last.
Light returns, but the water has not finished speaking.
When hidden water narrows, peaceful bodies become walls. Its greatest weapon is not the horn, but where it chooses to stand. It knows chaos will make the first mistake. The black water doubles the fear before anything strikes. Aru uses false images to find real danger. Beneath every still path, the hidden water turns again. The black reed floodplain begins to sing its dangerous song. The bond between mother and young holds against the sound of moving water. The shadow beneath still water no longer wants silence. The ruler of the ground has learned to respect deep water. The sky opens another trial after the silence. Water wakes every road the floodplain tried to hide. Every creature understands when water stops being a path. In a maze of still water, intelligence becomes a lantern. The smallest lives learn to walk behind wisdom. The floodplain opens a path with the sound of breaking reeds. Even strength learns fear when the ground beneath it can drown. A single hand becomes a bank against the breaking water. When wisdom and strength move together, life finds one more opening. Experience knows when to move before the chance closes. The world dissolves into the color of rain and reeds. The hidden heart of water spills beyond the roots. Survival is sometimes the wisdom to abandon victory. After chaos, the true shape of the world returns. A small reunion is a victory large enough for one day. The guide leaves danger last. Hunger remains, but today it must wait. Aru has learned to use the black water without belonging to its silence. Even broken water can become a beginning. The floodplain has lost its perfect silence, but not its gift. Karok does not need to stand inside the story to shape it. Serpenthra has not vanished. It has only retreated where still water keeps secrets. From danger, a new river of life begins. The smallest pioneers return first. One breath of clean water changes the edge of the dark. The water holds every image, but keeps no creature forever. Aru is no longer trapped by the stillness of its own image. Each survivor takes a share, then leaves before the gift becomes a trap. The living fortress leaves the land of still water.
The sky begins to remember its color.
The wound of drowned ground becomes a cradle.
The young learn the world from what survives.
There is no permanent peace, only distance between hungers. Legends do not remain to be thanked. Every place they survive becomes another lesson written into the land. A memory of silence becomes a shelter of life. In a world of still water, the survivor knows which silence is alive. The prehistoric planet never stops changing. On the prehistoric planet, life must not only search for water, it must know which water is alive and which water is hunting. But the black floodplain has only begun to move.